Good. We apologize for that. We hope that we can continue. Awesome. Yeah, we are back. Awesome. Yes, we are back. Loud and clear. Thank you, Safi. Thank you for holding on for that minute. I guess everybody has their own issues and somebody was trying to disrupt us. Anyway, we proceed. So, this is the point. We're talking about agriculture. Thank you so much, Maximina. Thank you. Yeah, challenges here and there, but again, we have to do this. We hope that it's not the big pharma. So we're talking about the organophosphates. Now we have the fertilizers. Now we have the GMO, and this is a double tragedy. So we're going to have both the herbicides in form of glyphosate, and then the genetically modified seeds, and then the two are coming in to actually mess your system big time. Now I was also talking about the mira and the cat that is being consumed in high numbers in people who are in the northern region and the eastern region. That is Meru, Wajir, Isiolo, and all those areas that people consume these food products. So yeah, that is the point. Number two, we have like genetically modified fruits being ripened using a chemical that is called calcium carbide. I hope most of you are aware of that. Now, welcome back again. Thank you so much for holding on. We appreciate you for being patient with us. That was a hiccup, but we're over it. Thank you, Madiba Makori, for coming back, and we need Sue. We welcome you aboard. So I hope my sound is clear. Also, if it's clear, let's continue. Just confirm for me, and then let's continue. So again, I'll post that contact for the consultation contact so that you can use it to reach us in case you need anything to do with consultation and private consultation for that matter. So yes, calcium carbide is used to ripen fruits. We know of the apples, we know of the bananas. Now you look at your bananas and they are all yellow or they are all green. So that's where you start to realize there's a problem. Okay, so you realize that these bananas are very appealing and they are always in season. So how did we end up having bananas in season all through the year? How did that happen? How did you end up getting all these oranges and mangoes and pineapples at your gate? And anytime you want an orange is there, you can find it easily. And they are so ripe, they are so appealing, they are calling you. When you cut that mango, it's so juicy, no fibers. Some of the oranges don't even have seeds. You just have to just get the peel off and enjoy the orange fully. You can blend it that way. How did we end up there when we knew traditionally fruits were seasonal? So we used to eat guavas now, and until next year season like this, that's when you eat guavas. We used to eat, let's say, zambarao once in a year. How did it end up that we have all these fruits in season every other time? And they are ripened using calcium carbide. Now, calcium carbide is a chemical that is on the list of carcinogens. So imagine this, genetically modified fruits using herbicides, and then now you use calcium carbide to ripen them. Triple tragedy. But no one talks about it because it's a business for them. They're all over. They've been accepted here, and we are using them. So you can imagine that. So that aside, as I keep on talking about this glyphosate, I want you to also understand this. Pregnant women, you remember there is a video we did and we said that folic acid, the tablets, they are synthetic vitamin B9. They are not vitamin B9. They are made in the lab. Yes, Maxine also is talking about ethylene. It's part of it also, the ripening agent. So listen, pregnant women who are eating these foods, and by the way, 90% of our plates are these foods. We can agree on that. So our pregnant women are eating these foods. So they're also getting the glyphosate through that. They're getting all these chemicals through these foods. And then they go ahead and take folic acid tablets, the synthetic folic acid. Now listen, you're wasting time. Actually, pregnant women should be strictly on dietary modifications instead of going to take folic acid tablets to help them prevent congenital defects or neuronal tube defects in their babies. It will not happen. If you've not seen that video, you can actually check it out. I talked about folic acid and how they mess up our women. They are not absorbed. Most of them are non-absorbable, and then they cause you the constipation, and they actually have problems with the children or your babies. So the complex of glyphosate and folic acid. You just listen to this. You've eaten a fruit and then you've taken that pill because they tell you in the system that fruits are healthy and fruits will help you boost your immunity, blood levels, and all this because they have vitamins. That is your nutritionist telling you that. But the same nutritionist is actually encouraging you to eat genetically modified fruits, which have fructose, which have glyphosate, which have calcium carbide. Now, glyphosate in that modern fruit combines with that tablet that you're going to take to boost your blood levels, the folic acid, to form a complex. Now, guess what that complex does to you as a pregnant woman? It blocks a process that is called methylation. Methylation is a process that is actually involved in literally every function in your body. Most of the major functions in your body, be it immune system, be it nerve function, be it the GAT function, so digestion and absorption and motility of the gut, be it the skin, just like the thyroid. Also, this methylation process is involved in all organ systems. So when you get the complex of glyphosate and folic acid and then you bring them together, what you're going to form is a complex that blocks this methylation process. And what happens after that? Of course, you start having memory loss. Then you blame it on pregnancy. You know, I got pregnant and therefore I started losing memory. Of course, the immune will go down. That's why most pregnant women have low immunity, even though they are using these tablets. That's why you still have low blood levels. Of course, nerve function is there, so therefore numbness in pregnancy is very present. And then heart problems, palpitations in pregnant women is high, but they don't realize it. Some of the pregnant women have very bad skin. And now, of course, it's the pregnancy. We blame it on the pregnancy. Some of you experience a lot of constipation, and again, we will tell you that in pregnancy, constipation is very normal. But nobody's talking about what you've been eating. Everybody's talking about being normal in pregnancy and normalizing all these issues in pregnancy. How is it possible that there are women who go through a healthy pregnancy without any issues? But you. So nowadays we eat literally everything. Our plates are full of carbohydrates, which are actually going to lower immunity. They top up your sugars in the system. Our plates are full of heavy metals, the ones that we get through water, we get through even, please, these chemicals that we're using in these farms in agriculture. So remember, this is just one part of that complex. We're still talking about agriculture. And some of the foods that actually these chemicals are used in, Irish potatoes top the list. And Irish potatoes started topping the list when that food industry, that company that makes those potato chips, those French fries, started. So it became a whole load of stuff. So now all of you line up on Tuesday to just pick those French fries plus that broiler chicken. And then you come out saying, oh, French fries from this company are the best. But you have no idea. Those Irish potatoes are planted on large scale and they are sprayed with glyphosate. They are sprayed with chemicals after harvesting. Did you know that? They are not only starch and edited starch, they are genetically modified and then they are sprayed with chemicals after harvesting. And then you take them in because they've been cooked in seed oils and then they've been marinated with monosodium glutamate, MSG. So they numb your taste buds and you now feel like the food was tasting so sweet. So you become addicted to that fast food joint without knowing that you're eating chemicals. So things like oats, things like Irish potatoes, mira, which is cut, maize, barley, and sugarcane nowadays, all of them are going through the same procedure. And if you realized in this channel, we warn you against those things. So you're already at a safe place, just knowing that what you're stopping, what you're not eating, is actually the best thing. So why don't you start now? So that is just about agriculture. So let's go to number 2, the food industry. That's where problems begin. So as a stepping stone, food industries get their raw materials from agriculture. So by the time these foods are getting to the food industry, these raw materials are getting to the food industry, what a mess. Think about it. By the time the food industry is picking these raw materials from agriculture, the damage is already done. We're just going to confirm. And how are we going to confirm? We are going now to make sure that we process them, add in sugar without putting it on the label. Top up with fructose, because again, fructose is the one sugar that does not spike insulin. Therefore, they consider it as safe because it doesn't spike insulin. So we see high fructose corn syrup every time on our processed foods. Anytime you read the ingredients, by the way, did you start reading ingredients on those food products or any product that you buy in the supermarket? Have you started reading the ingredients? So not only have we taken raw materials from agriculture that are already messed up, we now bring them here, process them to make them very attractive and very, very addictive. Add in sugar that will keep you addicted to that product. Package it in a way that emotionally is attractive to you. If it's a soda, we make sure that the how we market it on that ad, on that advertisement on television, the fizzy voice or sound, the sweating bottle, the colors, red and white, are so appealing, and you just want to taste it. You just want it. You cannot resist it. Now they give you soda that has different colors, and everybody wants to taste the one that is blue in color, and that looks like my shirt. There's another one like looks purple, so you want to just get the taste of it. You want to be the first one to taste that new soda. Oh my goodness. What a mess. Good. So what a mess. So emotional marketing. These guys woke up early. These guys understand emotional marketing. So they know that, and this is for most women, your emotions lead you to the grave. You love these bright colors. You love children. And by the look at how food industries market their products. 1, there must be children. 2, there must be a family. 3, there must be very attractive colors. And 4, of course, they add on that package 100% natural. Now listen, when you go to the farm to get a sweet potato or a pumpkin, do you need to write on the pumpkin that it's natural, 100% natural? Is there a need for you to write on that pumpkin, or is there a need for you to advertise a pumpkin as a natural product? Have you ever seen a billboard advertising sweet potatoes, eggs, butternuts, beans, green bananas? Have you ever seen that? At least nowadays, we see most of the supplement industries trying to advertise pumpkin seeds and stuff. But have you ever seen a billboard advertising healthy foods, the natural foods? You drive along a highway and all you see is pizza. All you see is broiler chicken. All you see is the new joint for fast foods in town. Have you ever seen a billboard advertising healthy foods? You can take a picture for us and just post it on my platforms. But I don't need an hour to find a picture for unhealthy foods. A billboard for unhealthy foods. I don't need an hour. It's everywhere. So when you eat that food from the food industry that is packaged, not only does it have glyphosate from the agriculture, it has also possibly other chemicals. And then they add in fructose, they add in sugar, but they don't indicate it on the label because they know, of course, our regulatory bodies are sleeping on the job. So once they've just written their label once, it's enough. Whatever they add in that product to make it so addictive is none of the regulatory body's interests. And then, of course, they have their representatives on the boards of these regulatory bodies. So therefore, their products just goes through. Their dossiers just go through. I mean, who cares? So now they add in MSG, they add in fructose. And the weird part is fructose fools most nutritionists, fructose fools most healthcare providers to think that just because it doesn't spike insulin in blood, it is a healthy sugar. It is not. There's nothing like natural sugar. The body does not know the difference. The body knows you took in fructose, and fructose will be taken to a channel of breakdown, which will yield fats, triglycerides. So fructose is broken down to fats. So as you eat that fruit, as you eat that processed food, you will keep on growing fat. Are you wondering why you've been trying to lose weight by just eating fruits and nothing is happening? You're actually adding weight. So emotional marketing, believe me, I struggled with quitting chapati and quitting soda. Like in the morning, I'll take a cold soda. I don't want to mention that brand, but that one that has white and red. White, red, and black. The soda looks black. Nowadays, we have diet soda, which is a waste of your space and your time and your money. It's the same, it's even worse. So I struggled with those two. I struggled with quitting soda and quitting chapati, the wheat products. So I understand your journey. I understand how it is, how hard and tough it is for you to actually get over this. But at least you have to do something. And to beat sugar cravings, fasting and taking salt is on the list, on top of the list. Now, as I continue, there's a contact that I had pinned. I'm still going to pin it. I think it's still pinned. That contact is for consultations for 19th to 23rd. So you can easily find us in Nairobi on 19th and 23rd. Kindly use that contact 0707 074722 to book your appointment with us. And then let's see how we can change your life for the better. Bring those people on board who have chronic conditions, diabetes, hypertension, early stages of cancer. Those people who have chronic conditions like arthritis, asthma, bring them on board, erectile dysfunction and all this. We are going to help you change your life for the better and change your diets for a healthy living. I struggled with quitting fruits, but after all, I thank God. Yes, sugar is the enemy here because sugar stimulates dopamine. Dopamine is the same hormone that is actually produced after sex or stuff. It's a feel-good hormone. So anytime you consume that sugar, you spike your insulin levels in blood and then you spike your dopamine levels. Same to monosodium glutamate, MSG. Now, MSG is the one that is present in your processed spices. If you've ever tasted that spice that has been in the market for the longest period of time, I hope you can put it in the comment section. That spice that even comes in different flavors. We have beef flavor, we have chicken flavor. If you know of that spice, kindly educate somebody on the comment section so that people can avoid that spice. It has the highest content of MSG, and MSG actually messes your dopamine receptor, so you'll always be addicted to that spice and that food. That now you can just cook your sukuma wiki and add in that spice, and then sukuma wiki tastes like chicken. That spice has high content of MSG that messes your gut. So if you're trying to fix your gut, because the gut is the number one in health, if you're trying to fix your gut, look at it, drop it. If you're trying to fix your dopamine receptors so that you get out of food addictions, drop MSG. MSG also numbs your taste buds so that you taste foods in their unnatural forms. So you'll never know the taste of food, the real taste of foods. And it's present also in the tomato pastes. That's the reason why anytime you go to a food joint and taste French fries without tomato paste, and those with tomato paste, they taste differently because of fructose, corn syrup, and MSG. Now on MSG, there are two things. Cancer survives on two things. That is glucose. I see people have the answers here already. Glucose and glutamate. Those two are the ones that feed cancer cells. So cancer lives on glucose and glutamate. Glucose is in carbohydrates and the processed foods. We can avoid that. But glutamate is literally in every food product. But this is the point. Glutamate is an amino acid, but it occurs in two different forms. The synthetic form of amino acids glutamate is the problem, which is the D-glutamic acid. D-glutamic acid. The natural form is the L-glutamic acid. Therefore, don't confuse the two. This is where doctors mess it up. They think that just because it's monosodium glutamate, it has glutamate or glutamic acid, which is the essential amino acid. They think it's healthy. It's not. That one has a D-glutamic acid. It's not the same as L-glutamic acid. Those two are isomers. So the one that is in that spice is actually the D-glutamic acid. That's a problem. That feeds cancer. So you cannot create cancer and then you start feeding cancer. It's a mess. This MSG is the reason why your children are having ADHD. You walk into a hospital and you're told your child is hyperactive. Now listen, children are always active. So when did it come to a point that children are now called hyperactive just because they love activities? Stop feeding your children with the crappy diets. Feed your children with healthy foods. So ADHD, psychosis, autism, cancer, all these are caused by MSG, obesity in children. But of course, you're the one who is clapping for a child. Oh, baba, babji, sukuma inaonja kama nyama, kuja enjoy. Babji apendi sukuma mpaka tuweke ndani hii spice yenye inaonja kama kuku. So your son is always hooked up on that sukuma wiki, not because he loves sukuma wiki, no, but because you put in a spice that actually tastes like chicken. That spice is just poison. So look at them. They are very clever. They increase the amount of fructose and sugar in the products, but they don't tell you. They don't put on the labels. They put in MSG and sometimes they use codes. They use codes so that you don't know that this is MSG. You can see something like E250 or something. Codes that you don't even understand. Just know this. The more the ingredients in that product, the worse it is. The worse the product is. And by the way, why are we still eating products when we can eat food? All processed foods, they have high fructose corn syrup. That is just sugar. So run away from dopamine addiction, run away from messing up your taste buds. And by the way, fasting does better for this. Fasting and salt actually helps you to clean up your taste buds, to start tasting foods in their adequate forms or their appropriate and natural forms, fixes your gut, and then fixes your dopamine receptor so that you don't get addiction to those foods. So fasting is key. Now that was number 2. So remember agriculture, and then now the food industry. Number 3, of course, is the one that comes in later on to give you solutions. So have you eaten bad food from agriculture? Yes, check. Have you consumed processed food? Check. For how long? About 6 to 10 years. Check. Have you taken your children to are your children on milk formulas? Check. Are your children eating margarine? Check, because you saw that advertisement for margarine, that when a child eats bread that has margarine, they grow faster. And then you bought it. Check. Do you have gut issues? Yes, check. How about your dopamine? Is it messed up? Yes, check. How about your skin? I have problems with my skin. Check. How about depression? Are your children having autism? Yes, check. In your family, is there a history of depression? Yes, check. How about diabetes? Yes, check. Now, guess what? We are here, the big pharma. We have come with the solutions to all those issues. So don't worry. Don't even quit eating those foods that you've been eating. Continue eating those foods, okay? We got your back. Enjoy those foods. As you enjoy those foods, here is a prescription. Here is a prescription for you. Solve your problems through this. Are you getting it? So eat all these bad foods from agriculture, combine that with bad foods from the food industry, and then now we will come in with a solution in terms of vaccines, in terms of medicines, in terms of all these modifications that they bring in, that surgeries. We will bring all these technologies. So don't worry, you can eat anything you want to eat. There's a medicine for you. Hey, how did we end up here? We brought ourselves here. We took ourselves into a slaughterhouse. child cannot concentrate for a minute, literally everywhere. And then these guys, they come up with a name for a condition that is you cannot even explain. They cannot even explain it. Look at it, ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Of course, you as a layman, if I tell you this word, this name, your child is suffering from something called attention deficit hyperactive disorder, in brackets ADHD, you can easily see the shock on your face at that moment in time. You're wondering, what is this disease? What is this big and the way the doctor is looking at you is like, this one is actually a new condition in town. ADHD. Now, your doctor cannot define ADHD, but goes ahead and gives you a medication for it. How did we end up there? You just told me it's ADHD, and you've given me a medication for it, but you don't know what ADHD is. I think somebody's trying to mess it up here. I think we'll have to end this live and try again some other time.